And we're back live. Hey. We're
Finally.
back. Yeah, it's only been a few months, pretty much the whole off season since we've been live. It's been so long that our team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, have won the NBA championship. Suck it, fans. Suck it, Bronco fans. Suck it, Colts fans. Suck it, Vikings fans. Yeah. Basketball championship, baby.
And okay, football. It's football season. It's time to move on. As great as it was.
Okay, but you have to admit, being Cowboys fans, we have to take whatever wins we can get. So
Fair.
This is the closest we've been to any sort of championship in quite some time.
Very fair.
So we got to take advantage of that. Unlike our man Grindberg, who is a Kansas City Chiefs fan and gets to enjoy the fruits of that quite often. So,
well, he's Canadian. He adopted them as champions, probably.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, Grindy. I know better.
I don't know. I think Grindy's a bandwagoner. I'm just saying. Just going to throw that out there. You want to fight about it, Grindberg? You want to fight? Come at me, bro.
He didn't switch to the Eagles after last year, so maybe we're okay.
Only because the Chiefs were right there again. So, but speaking of the Chiefs, though, the Chiefs are going to be dangerous. This is probably the most amount of weapons that Patrick Mahomes has ever had, receiving wise. And that field's going to be spread. That defense is going to be spread thin. I think it's going to be dangerous.
You know what's funny is, if I remember right, I believe we said the same thing last year. Like,
yeah, until Rashee Rice went down.
Because we had the Hollywood coming back in and Worthy and Pacheco, and then everything fell apart. Mahomes was a horrible fantasy quarterback last year. So here we are again with even more potential weapons than last year, hoping for the best.
Yeah, I think Kelsey went downhill. Then you had Rashee Rice get hurt, and Worthy, young buck, so he trying to find his stride. Hollywood Brown didn't really stay healthy either. It was a rough season.
Pacheco struggled to stay healthy as well. Like, it was just a rough year, man.
It was. That was a tough year. So.
But, something I do want to touch on at some point tonight, whether we start off with it or not, I guess, is up to you. But,
yeah,
Kelsey is an interesting character this year. Because even though he had a down year last year, the decline is obvious. Like, he was still one of the better tight ends for fantasy. And we talked about it a little bit in the offseason as far as, there was a clear top, like 3, and then a huge drop-off to the next 7. So the top 10, it's a top 10, but also there's a huge gap in the middle. So it's a little bit skewed, I guess, as far as your top 10 tight ends. And so I guess I'm interested to see where people draft him this year, if they draft him as a top 10 tight end, or if people are kind of passing to take one of these younger bucks that has so much potential. Because even like Warren or a Loveland or an Njoku, or, somebody like that. A lot of people are on the Tucker Kraft bandwagon this year, including myself. Like, are people looking at guys like that maybe over Kelsey? Like, maybe not all of them, maybe some of them. I don't know. It'll be interesting how that goes. I know for me, I'm probably still taking him above most of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Njoku would be tight. But for me, Kelsey is still top 8 tight end draft.
The only guys I'm considering above Kelsey right now are Bowers, McBride, Kittle, and Laporta. Like those are kind of it in redraft, right? Hawkinson. The only reason I'm knocking Hawkinson below Kelsey is just because of McCarthy. I mean, I just don't. His QB situation, I don't know. Njoku, big hit on the QB situation. I don't know what's going on there.
I tell you who I like a lot going into the season, and I think a lot of people do, is Ingram.
Yeah,
in Denver. I think I would.
but I'm not.
To me, like him, Hawk, Njoku are kind of in a group. I think you're right. I think Kelsey still has to go above him just for that.
I think you know what to expect out of Kelsey, right? I'm not jumping these other guys with potential, right? So many of these players are in good positions, have good potential, things like that. But I'm not jumping that over Kelsey when you kind of know what you're going to get. Even on a down year, you're going to get a top 5 tight end guaranteed. And I have a hard time believing that he'll decline much more. And especially like we were talking about spreading the field for those defenses. I mean, Kelsey and his rapport with Patrick Mahomes, I have a feeling he's going to do just fine. He'll be a top 5 tight end by the end of the year, no problem.
Yeah.
He stays healthy, which he stays healthy. That's another thing too. He stays healthy.
Well, and the nice thing, and you know this about me and all of my drafts, I'm not going to end up with a tight end outside of that top 4 anyways. So it'll kind of be a non-issue for me in my drafts unless something just really strange happens. But
yeah,
but I would be curious to see kind of how that happens across other leagues to see where he ends up.
Yeah, I think it's interesting how Kittle was starting to become discounted, and because injuries, things of that sort, right?
He's almost untouchable there for
and a lot of mouths to feed, injured a lot, and now Kittle, I think he's a top 3, probably number 3 on my list for tight ends that I'm after.
Yeah,
because
him and Laporta are pretty even for me.
Yeah, I would say that's about right.
I think Bowers, McBride are pretty even. Kittle, Laporta are pretty even, and then it's like Kelsey, and then that group we were talking about with Hawk, Ingram, and Njoku is kind of right after that.
Yep,
for me.
Yeah, I'm with that for sure. Now, of course, we're talking redraft. Once you get into Dynasty, totally different.
Well, my top 3
that even goes for Kelsey.
My top 3 are the same for Dynasty.
Who were your top 3 again?
Bowers, McBride, Laporta.
Yeah. And then how old is Kittle? Kittle's pretty old. 30,
29 or 30, I want to say.
Maybe.
Oh, is he that old?
Oh, I don't know. I was kind of guessing. I'm going to look it up really quick, though, because it does matter. 31. Yeah.
Okay. He's a little bit older than I thought then.
Yeah. So he's pretty old, but, he's young at heart. That dude is.
He's still 4 years behind Kelsey.
Yeah. He said during a recent appearance on Bussin' with the Boys podcast, he said he feels great and physically and mentally, and is not putting a timeline on his retirement. So, yeah.
As long as he's feeling good. I mean, that's one thing you have to worry about with guys who have spent a large part of their career injured is, like, do they take its toll a little bit earlier than maybe another tight end would?
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't seem to be that way. It seems to be feeling fine. So,
let's see. First of all, we got Albert in the house. As always, this dude, this first live back for the season would not be what it is without Albert. So love to see you here, Albert.
Never misses a show.
Look at this Cardinals in here too already. Kittle's the only dude left for that offense. Yeah, kind of. Well, I mean, you got McCaffrey, but
I mean, I mean, you got McCaffrey, but as far as that receiving room, it's Kittle, and then Ayuk's out. People have high expectations for Pearsall. We'll see how that goes.
But him and Jennings are both after new contracts, right?
No, Pearsall isn't after new contract yet. Jennings is.
Yeah, I think here's after.
Pearsall was missing for another reason, minor injury.
Oh, Pearsall had a hamstring activated from PUP list. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I read something wrong somewhere. So, yeah, I do like Pearsall, but Kittle's going to be the number 1 there, no doubt about it.
The first half of the season.
Happy Gilmore? That's amazing. I want to see that. I've heard good things.
I want to watch that, yeah.
I've heard good things about it. I've heard it's stupid in all the right ways. It's everything you want, nostalgia.
It's a perfect Adam Sandler movie. Probably.
Yep. Jennings has a calf injury, but I think I read the other day that Jennings is after.
He wants a new contract, but he wasn't holding out for it.
Got it. Day to day with a calf injury. Yeah, but he definitely.
They were saying originally he was requesting a trade, but
that's what it was. Yeah,
they came out and said that wasn't actually true. He just wants.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
But while we're talking about San Fran, another controversial player this year.
Yeah,
Christian McCaffrey. The first round this year is going to be weird to see, especially with him, to see where he falls. When he's healthy, he's one of the best in the league. But are people going to trust him enough to draft him that early? Last year was rough.
Last year was a struggle. It was very, very frustrating to only have him for, 4 games all season. But
and everybody drafted him early last year.
But what's crazy is in like 2023 and 2022 and 20. Oh my God, 22 and 23. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah. Ooh, I don't know, Brown Cow. 22 and 23. He didn't miss games, right? He had been healthy for 2 years in a row, and then in 24, just bam, back at his old ways again. So. Where's he going to be at this year, especially if that wide receiver room's struggling a little bit? I don't know.
We'll push it, but where would you draft him?
Well, let's see. Tyler says I would still draft him in the top 3 to 4 running backs. And Albert says CMC ADP is 11th overall. Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, I'm feeling him at the end of the first round, but I would take handful of wide receivers over him. I think Tyler's not far off. Somewhere in the top 5 running, probably around 4 or 5 for me.
Yeah, I think he's right there. The problem is I've got like guys like Bijan, Gibbs, Barkley, and Achane.
Bijan, Gibbs, and Barkley have also got ahead of him. Then you start kind of splitting hairs between him, Janty, Achane, yeah. And it's
I'm not taking Janty over him yet. I just can't.
I'm not either. Achane I love a lot this year.
Yep.
I like him a whole lot.
And again, differentiating between redraft and dynasty. In dynasty, I'm taking Janty over CMC. Right? But in redraft, I'm taking CMC over Janty. I know Genty's in a great spot he landed in a great spot and he's a great running back. But I'm going with what I know. And CMC can straight up win you weeks. And Albert hit the nail on the head here. Make sure you draft Garindo if you take CMC.
100%.
And because Garindo is also pretty good.
So is that rookie that they just got. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
Jordan James.
When you draft a San Francisco running back, you have to take the whole backfield.
Yeah, I mean, that's really not an exaggeration. You do probably need like their 3rd, 4th, 5th string too. And whoever gets in there is going to ball out because it's just how the offense rolls. So, but yeah, if you can get Garindo too. But man, there's so many jerks in these drafts that'll take Garindo in like the 11th round, when they should be going in the 16th round. It's like, I hate you. It's like just to screw you over.
They'll do it just to mess you up. Yeah, or they don't know what they're doing. Or they don't know what they're doing, and that guy gets auto drafted to him or something silly.
They haven't even drafted a tight end yet, and they're getting your handcuff, and it's like, you're a jerk, dude. That happens all the time, though.
But I'm with you. Bijan, Gibbs, Barkley are ahead of him. McCaffrey, Achane, and Henry are the 3 I'm considering. Kind of that next. I mean, Henry and McCaffrey to me, with the health risk to McCaffrey, pretty even.
Yeah.
But I do love me some Achane this year, so.
Dude, yeah, Achane for me he's up there, dude. I love that offense. I love him in that offense. I might like Achane more than I like McCaffrey. Ugh, it's a tough call. That's a tough call.
Well, and
Gibbs is hard too because Gibbs is having to share more time.
I think I would personally being the risk adverse 0 RB guy that I am, would probably go with Achane over McCaffrey. Like, and in fact, I can tell you, I absolutely, if I was drafting, I would take Achane over McCaffrey. Not necessarily because of talent level, but more than anything, they're close enough that I'm going to take the less risky option.
Yeah. It's just, I know we say, we try to say like what's risky, what's not, things of that sort. But honestly, like, injuries can happen to anyone at any time, right? And we've seen McCaffrey stay healthy 2 full seasons in a row and be absolutely incredible. And then we saw him follow that up by a 4-game season.
Yeah.
I mean, and just screw you, because he had those 2 healthy seasons. You're like, I can trust him now in this offense. I can trust him. And I'm going to draft him first overall, or he's going to be my keeper. I'm not trading him away in my dynasty league because I can trust him. He's going to win me a championship. And then he screws you, and it tanks your entire season because he's your first round pick. And that's
if you're in dynasty season. And if you're in dynasty, you're selling low after a season.
Oh yeah.
You have to pray for a good season this year to have any chance of getting that return on him.
Yeah, I would say is he getting to that point to where if you're not in contention this year in dynasty, you are selling him to someone that is
100%
chasing that. Like, he's to that point in his career.
Now, I will say, if you're not getting, like, you are selling low if you sell him right now, regardless.
Right.
But if you're afraid his value will be even worse next year, if you're not expecting a big year, absolutely sell him now. Try to get some picks. Try to get some guys, that you can use, and just move on.
No. I mean, what I'm doing is, even if I'm not in contention this coming year, like, he's my own set, I'm waiting until like week 8 to 10. I'm holding CMC until week 8 to 10 or something. Well, you got to pray that he stays healthy, right? But even though you're not getting, you're already not getting great value for him right now. So I'm hanging on to him till like mid to late season, when people are like, I've got to pay up to win this championship. Because if he stays healthy, you're essentially handing someone a path to a championship in your league, because he's that big of a difference maker. Someone will be willing to pay a ton for that. So you have to be willing to take a risk and hang on to him until late in that season, and then sell him high to a contender.
Well, because those are your options right now. You sell him low, get what you can. You wait until mid-season, and if he stays healthy, what you just said happens. Or he gets hurt, has another terrible season, and you just got to keep him till he retires at that point, because nobody will take him.
Yeah, but like, what's the difference in, like, how much are you losing if you do that compared to if you sell him right now, right in the off season, leading into it?
Something's better than nothing. Ask the Thunder when they lost Kevin Durant. Something would have been better than nothing.
I mean, I think it depends. But my thing, even in all my dynasty leagues, everything, I'm going into every season with championship in mind. I've literally never gone through a rebuild. It's just not my style.
Yeah, but some people do.
Chasing a championship, right?
We've got one of those in Scotty's league that likes to. Yeah. He sold everything on that team for picks.
I am willing to gamble and say, like, I'm hanging on to CMC until mid-season to sell him, because what I'm getting for him now versus what I'm going to get for him then, I'm gambling. That's just me. Let's get Dev up in here. What's up? Yep. Joe with the championship shirt. Yep, already mid-season, talking trash on all you other suckers who have crappy NBA teams and aren't going to win a championship for a decade because the Thunder are going to run it,
Thunder
just throwing that out there. We got Chris the Card Man. What's up, man? Thanks for popping in here and supporting. Ooh, we got the Tootsie Pop.
Hey, friend.
Where's Tootsie Pop 1 through 5? That's what I want to know.
I know. What did you do to 1 through 5?
Probably ate them.
Dun dun. Sorry.
That's wild. I don't know anything about that. All right. Yep. So, okay. Well, let's play. Since I'm in mid-season form with this championship shirt, just to throw a bone to our viewers, let's play a game of who flopped worse, SGA or Jamarcus Russell. I'm just throwing a bone out there for our viewers who hate me right now for this shirt and for all the trash talk.
For all the free throw merchant parrots out there that didn't actually watch him play.
I'm just throwing that out there. So in the chat, tell me who flopped worse, SGA or Jamarcus Russell? And why is it Jamarcus Russell?
It's actually a trick question. The answer is LeBron James.
I didn't say who did the fish better.
We would also accept James Harden in a pinch.
Joe,
you're banned for life.
Somebody from the chat. Who do I ban? How do I ban someone from the chat?
Joe is banned for life from our chat.
So that means get.
Joe didn't watch a lot of Thunder basketball.
I gotta put that one up. I gotta put that. We're gonna start tariffing flopping. We'll see what that does. We'll put a tariff on
that sounds like fighting words. Grindberg, you still here? He's making fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say if Grindberg's still here, man, we're shipping stuff back to Canada.
Joe, right. Who's your team?
Yeah, who is Joe even a?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say he's a Pittsburgh. If I'm not mistaken, he's likes the Pittsburgh teams, and they don't really have NBA, so.
I don't remember.
And no one's a 76ers fan, so.
I don't remember if you ever said in our chats what team you rooted for. Strikes me as maybe a Minnesota fan or a Milwaukee fan, something like that.
I don't know that he's actually a basketball fan at all.
He's probably not. He's probably just busting our balls for the sake of busting our balls.
The way he's talking about free throw merchant and want to be Harden, this dude
everybody copies that same thing all over.
He gets his basketball news from X, so he's not well informed. So what the frick, you know? Yeah, see, he just likes playoffs, or he likes players and roots for chaos. He likes playoffs. I rock that.
Playoffs.
Yeah, it's because he's a freaking stud. Also, SGA just a stud person. He's just a stud person in general. So
yeah, but Jalen Williams is still, I think.
Oh, happy Jalen Williams Day! It's Jalen Williams Day here in Oakland. Nope. Tomorrow is SGA Day though, so just keep that in mind.
Okay.
Bought my son a new SGA jersey to wear to summer camp tomorrow.
Did he wear that one I got him for Christmas out already?
Which one?
The one that I got him for. Oh, I got him Chet. You're talking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that was yesterday. Yesterday was Chet Holmgren Day. All right, guys, let's move on to a fun little game of Would You Rather. Let's do it live. You want to spin the wheel, Kyle?
Yeah, but I feel like before we move to that, I know you already announced it, but Tyler was asking earlier about CD and Pickens and wide receiver duos.
That's right. Let's do that really quick.
I think it'd be fun to pick maybe the top 5. Like we each give our top 5 wide receiver duos.
Oh, God. We don't both have to do it. We can just name them and agree.
I think we'll agree on pretty much all of them. And it doesn't have to be in any particular order necessarily. But the Bengals, for sure.
Bengals, Chase Higgins. Yep.
Eagles, those receivers are good. Smith and Brown.
Whatever.
The most boring names in the league, but some of the best receivers.
They're fine.
I definitely think the Cowboys now with Lamb and Pickens is one of the best. I think you have to put the Rams in there.
That's what I was going to say. I was wondering if you were
Adams.
The Rams are in there for sure.
Puka and Adams. And then I think you got to go with the Dolphins with Hill and Waddle. Yeah. Talent-wise, I would say production-wise, maybe not so much, but talent-wise, they belong in there.
Now,
it's either them or Seattle probably would be number 5.
Well, are we going to discount Worthy Rashee Rice?
Yeah. I haven't
Okay.
seen anything from Worthy yet.
What?
To put him in that top 5? No.
Okay.
And definitely,
what about Godwin and Evans?
I could see that. I could also see Brian Thomas and.
Yeah, not yet.
You don't think so?
No. Addison JJ is not bad.
That's not horrible.
That number 5 spot's hard.
The number
There's some
5
good
spot is
duos.
tough. What about Zay Flowers and DeAndre Hopkins?
Nah, Hopkins.
Maybe if DeAndre was in his prime, though, holy crap.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, I'm not putting JMO and Amon Ra in there.
Nope. I'm not putting Debo and McLaurin in there.
No, I think it's got to be either the Dolphins or the Seahawks with Cooper Kupp and JSN. Like, that's pretty gnarly, too.
I don't know, dude. I do love Godwin and Evans. I don't know. There's some good duos out there. There's some strong duos.
I think we agree on the top 4 for sure.
100%.
I think talent-wise, I think I would have to go Miami at number 5 ultimately.
Okay. I think that's fair. I mean,
Tyreek Hill is one of the best receivers to ever play. And then, I mean, Waddle would be a number 1 on 31 other teams. So it's like, it happens to be playing with the Cheetah. So it's like,
yeah, I think I'm discounting some of these guys because of also their quarterback situation. It's just kind of like, kind of gross, you know. When I look at, I'm
not talking about fantasy points necessarily. I'm just talking about
I know.
In general wide receiver duos, talent wise. I think Miami's number in that top 5.
I think you're right. I could get on board with that. So. Joe says that Kupp is washed, and I don't know that that's necessarily true.
If we're talking fantasy points, my top 4 doesn't change, but the 5th one would.
Okay.
I would definitely go with the Bucs receivers for fantasy over the Dolphins ones.
I'm curious to see how that land Pickens. I mean, I know people talk smack on Pickens and staying out of trouble and stuff, but I think he definitely needed a change of scenery. 100%. And if he stays out of trouble, that's going to be pretty sick.
Well, and what's nice is they've got a veteran quarterback that, you know, is a great leader. He's got a teammate in CeeDee Lamb that is embracing him and is also a good role model. Like, I think he's in the right place for him. And I know it's just camp, but I'm really enjoying some of these like videos I'm seeing coming out of camp. Practicing. Like, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a really fun year.
Yeah, Joe was talking about Kupp season last year. Yeah, like the dude struggled. He was hurt a lot. Granted, it seems to be every year he gets hurt. Cooper Kupp can't stay healthy for a full season, so that doesn't help. His last full season to actually play was that 2021 season. He's missed significant time every other season, so he's pretty frustrating as an owner too. So
we'll call him Cooper McCupry.
Yeah. I don't know what
he's wide receiver CMC is what he is.
Yeah, there you go. I feel like there's worse. Like T. Higgins is probably closer to that, but just throwing that out there.
I will say, as far as annoying wide receivers go,
yeah,
T. Higgins is at the top of my poopy list.
He's so frustrating, dude.
He will tell you he's healthy, play one snap, and then just sit out the rest of the game for no reason at all. That is so frustrating. It's like, if you're not going to play, just say you're not going to play. Don't do this.
But when he does play, God,
it's salute to the fantasy community thing. That's so annoying.
When he does play, it's so good though.
But when every time he gets hurt, it's always in the first drive of the game too.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. He's frustrating. I know a lot of that stuff is coincidence on when you get hurt, but like, it's still frustrating. I hold a grudge for that.
God, he gets hurt like right at the beginning of the season, like in the first 3 games, like every year he's always hurt. Jesus.
But I think every year he has at least one game, excuse me, as he's coming back from that injury.
Yeah.
Like, oh, healthy, going to play. He plays one series, and then he's out the rest of the game. He doesn't even re-hurt himself. It's just working back slowly, and it's like, bro, I hate you for that.
He's frustrating. He's very frustrating. Okay.
All right. Let's spin that wheel, Johnny.
These are on my – no, let's see. My name's not Johnny. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to give this a good spin. I got to get it on a nice, solid – let's see here. Can you even see that? Okay, trust me then. Here we go. Spinning. What is that on that red? Ayuk. That's lame. Let's not do it.
Why is he even on the board?
I wrote this a long time ago. It just happens to be back here, so we're doing it again. We're not going to do Ayuk. What is that showing? Godwin? Okay. Godwin, I like. Let's do it one more. One big spin. No whammies. No more Ayuk, please. Godwin again. Jeez, we're going to spin this wheel so many times until we actually get something good to talk about here.
Luckily, we're better at fantasy football than we are spinning this wheel.
Okay, so that's Jerry Jeudy.
Jeudy and Godwin. Boy, that's an enticing...
It's actually an interesting question, though.
Yeah.
Because Jeudy, all of a sudden, has people interested.
Yeah.
Are you fine into it?
Well, it's like we were kind of talking about with the receivers a little bit ago. Like, the QB situation has me a little concerned. But Godwin's coming back off an injury.
Yeah.
So, and they just drafted Ibuka. So what if he comes out on fire and they don't give a shit about Godwin coming back from injury? You know what I mean? So there's some red flags there for both.
I mean, they just signed Godwin to a brand new contract, 3-year contract, even after his injury.
At a discount. Also,
he's got rapport.
He took a discount on that. So I wonder if maybe more just wasn't on the table because, But I'm like,
if I'm Godwin, I'm looking at that going, I'm going back to the QB that had me as the number 1 wide receiver in the entire league until I got hurt.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have a quarterback that makes me relevant. I have good rapport with him, and he throws me the damn ball. That's where I'm staying. That's what I would do. For $66 million, are you kidding me? People after more than that is just ridiculous. Brent says that Ibuka is going to be a draft steal. I don't know, dude. I'm not.
He is going to overtake McMillan.
Yeah.
But
I just don't love his landing.
How much is the third receiver going to do on that team if the top 2 are healthy? Probably
not. Like I said, he's playing catch up with the other guys. I mean, the other guys have their roles, and I think this year is not his year.
No,
I'm not touching him this year.
For next year?
Now, next year, these guys are getting older. Chris Godwin's getting older, and Evans is getting older. These guys are getting older. Now, if an injury occurs, if one of these guys goes down,
agreed. Yeah, if one of these guys gets hurt, Ibuka is definitely going to be valuable.
He's one injury away from just being fantasy gold.
He's one injury away from never not starting again, honestly.
Yeah. That's probably true.
I mean, so in that sense, yeah, he could be a steal if you get him super late and then somebody gets hurt. Boom.
Yeah, that was an interesting pick. I didn't expect him to get taken. I feel like there were a lot of picks like that in this year's draft. I didn't expect the Bucs to take him. That feels like the Bucs are looking to the future a little bit, especially after last year when both of those guys went down. I mean, that was tough, right? And they're like, maybe we just add a little bit more insurance. I don't know. That was a surprising pick, but
yeah. Well,
as a Baker fan, I'm here for it.
Evans is nearing the end, anyways. But this draft was weird, anyways, just because, it was great for running backs, but receivers took a bit of a hit based on landing spots. So that was tough.
Tet's one of the most exciting ones, but other than that, it was a struggle for real. So
let's get back to this. Would you rather, real quick?
Okay, Godwin and Jeudy. Now, we were talking about Jeudy. Let's get into Jeudy.
And I feel like you have to at least point out the fact that Godwin is the number 2 on his team.
Yep.
Judy's going to be number 1 on his team, even with all these other things being said with the QB situation, the injury situation. the fact that Godwin was number 1 in the league last year as the number 2 on that team. More 1A, 1B, I feel
I was
like.
going to say that it's more of a 1B.
Technically, he was number 2.
Technically.
But, you have to point out the number 1, number 2 situation.
But is Judy the number 1 receiving option, or is Njoku the number 1 receiving option in that offense?
Oh, Njoku's the number 1 receiving option. I was just talking about the receiver depth chart.
Oh, I know.
But the QB situation is a huge thing for me. And also, like, if you just look at the raw talent of both players, I think Godwin's just a better player when he's healthy.
Yeah.
So
I would agree.
I don't know if we want to do the ranky thing like we did during the offseason, or if we can pretty much agree that we're taking Godwin.
Yeah, no, I think we can agree. We're taking Godwin.
Redraft and fantasy, I want him this year.
Jerry Jeudy has been irrelevant for long enough that flash in the pan that we had at the end of last season, it doesn't excite me, because we see players go on a short little binge of greatness all the time and never repeat it. I believe he has a teammate.
Well, didn't he have Jameis Winston throwing him at the end of last year, slinging the ball around? That's not fair. That's not fair.
Are we going to let a 3-week huge blowout by Cedric Tillman on that same team last year get us all excited about Cedric Tillman going forward?
No, but I do think he's an interesting flyer at the end of drafts.
He's an interesting flyer at the end, but it's not like we're going at we're not comparing him to Godwin, right? Because yes, he had 3 pretty good games. That doesn't make him amazing. So when you have these short little bursts of great games, I mean, I just don't buy into that. I need to see consistency for a longer amount of time.
All signs are leading to Godwin playing week 1 and being fine.
Yeah.
But when it really comes down to it, where I place my faith is in Steve Smith Sr., who said that Jerry Jeudy was tier 3. Did you ever see that?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
He said he's tier 3. Well, I trust that because Steve Smith is one of the best to ever play receiver.
I mean, I agree with it. Jerry Jeudy is a fine player. Don't get me wrong. He's not the number 1 receiving option on a team that's going to have Lord knows who playing quarterback this year, and how long that person's going to play quarterback before the next person's playing quarterback, before the next person's getting a shot, before the next person's getting a shot. That franchise in general, it just needs to be avoided. And that makes me nervous about Njoku too, if we're being honest.
It does, other than the fact that he's literally going to be catching everything.
Yeah.
But for me, Jeudy, it's okay, he couldn't break out in Denver with better QBs over guys like Cortland Sutton, who were drafted lower than him, I think, and stuff like that. He had to literally end up on a team where he was the only decent receiver there to make a splash. And even then, it was a very small, short splash. Now,
speaking of being the only receiver there, I know I already talked about Cedric Tillman, but Deontay Johnson, is he just washed? Is he just insignificant now?
Yeah.
Insignificant now.
He's a practice body is all he is.
Ain't that interesting? You want to talk about a fall from grace.
Yeah. Yeah. He outstayed his welcome in the league, just like Antonio Brown.
Pittsburgh, then Baltimore, then Cleveland. Man, he's just working his way around up north, ain't he?
Yep. And he gets worse with each stop. So
yeah, that's that dude is. Let's see, nice catch in and out. I'm seeing if they say anything. Who do you think is going to end up as the quarterback there in Cleveland?
My money would be on Shadur Sanders by the end of the season, but I think Dylan Gabriel gets a shot out of the gates.
I feel like
he'll be on a short leash, but I think Dylan Gabriel will start week 1.
Man, if I'm being honest, that the Browns are a mess, right? Do we think Kenny Pickett has any chance at starting the season?
Nope.
And then getting benched in the first 3 games for Dylan Gabriel, and then he ended up
maybe in the first 3 quarters
for Sanders.
Yeah. I don't think Pickett starts games this year unless Shedeur and Gabriel both get hurt. Like, what are they going to play for? See what the rookies got. Like,
that's what they should do. Yeah, I agree.
You're not going to compete.
Yeah, I think Dillon Gabriel's going to get a first shot. I think they liked him better. They obviously draft him significantly higher in the draft than Sanders. So it's crazy to see Deshaun Watson like not just be an afterthought.
The amount of money he's going to make to do nothing.
That's just nuts.
Like, he's so far down on the depth chart at this point. He's not even holding the clipboard anymore. Like, he's...
Well, I mean, he tore his Achilles last year in week 7. So is that right? Yeah, something like that. Oof. Rough, dude. Just going to make all those millions of dollars.
I would have expected him to get carpal tunnel or tennis elbow before tearing an Achilles, but here we are.
Yeah, the carpal tunnel. Boy, what a fall from grace. And, I mean, and I know we're talking kind of joking about the situation, but also, like, where the heck did all that talent? He went and sat out and then just automatically, he just couldn't play ball anymore. It's in that water in Cleveland, dude. I'm just saying.
It is.
Cleveland's just horrible.
No happy
ending for Deshaun. Speaking of that, we talk about all the players there. What about Judkins? Everyone's excited about Judkins. Technically, Jerome Ford is still the starter, right? From what I've seen or heard. Everyone's really excited about Judkins, but does the quarterback situation hurt him because they're just going to key on that run and they don't even have to worry about the pass that much? Like, that feels like that's going to hurt him when you have an offense like that.
No, I agree. I mean, sometimes you get a talent like Chubb. It never really mattered. He was that good.
Yeah.
We'll see if Judkins can be that way. But I'm just like, I like Njoku, but otherwise I'm pretty much avoiding that team.
I agree.
And honestly, I like Njoku. I've got him in a couple of dynasty leagues as my backup tight end. But I mean, that's about as far as I'm willing to go with the Browns.
Well, Judkins also in trouble, but
there's that.
That's not
like I'm not going after Ford or Sampson either. Like, nah, somebody else can do that.
I agree. The Browns are going to the toilet bowl. Yeah, I'm not for them.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just to kind of go back, I know we were talking about Godwin earlier. I just love me some Baker Mayfield. I just want to throw that out there. I watched a video yesterday of Baker's 98-yard drive with the Rams after 2 days.
I saw that clip too. I was like, bro, I watched that live. I remember that. It was dope.
Oh, it was amazing, dude. I love me
we
some
spent
Baker
years
Mayfield.
defending him, and then people finally realized we were right the whole time.
Yeah, if you're a Baker hater, let me know in the chat so I can kick you out of here because I don't want you watching my stream anymore. No, it's just amazing how
you can go Baker screaming across at Kansas University yourself.
I just love that we can look back and say, I told you so. Just so many people of just being like, just had to get him on a decent team. So just throwing that out there.
I don't get to do that often, so I'm enjoying the Baker. I'm glad it worked out with Baker.
For sure. Okay, do you have anyone else in particular that you want to talk about tonight? I didn't know if you had any players that you had in mind. I don't
really have any more teed up. The ones that I had teed up with Kelsey and CMC, we already talked about. But I don't really have any others teed up at the moment. If you've got something you want to talk about. Kind
of. So I kind of wanted to talk about Justin Jefferson, who is an amazing talent, always being drafted high, but getting an interesting quarterback situation. By interesting, I mean kind of unknown, right? We don't really know what to expect there. Does that hurt his value and knock him down in drafts this year at all? Are you taking someone like
I don't think it is.
Are you taking CeeDee Lamb, Puka over him? Or is he still kind of number 1, 2 there with Jamar Chase? I think Jamar Chase is still number 1, right? And then are you taking him at number 2, or are you take your Cowboys fandom and that jersey behind you out of it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he belongs in the top 5 for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Lamb, Puka, Neighbors are the other 3, but like honestly, just me personally, I would take Lamb because of I'm a homer.
Right,
But
right.
take that bias out of it, yeah, I'm taking him number 2.
Interesting. I think I'm
And then,
taking Lamb
and then
number 2.
honestly, with Pickens in Dallas now, I would probably take Neighbors number 3, and then go Lamb and Puka.
Oh, I don't think I could do that. My argument for Lamb, taking that out of it, is that we know the rapport he has with Dak. Dak is better. We don't know what the running back situation is going to be, so maybe they're going to throw a little bit more. And the field is going to be spread more this year because there's actually wide receivers that they have to cover on the other side of the field. So does that give CeeDee Lamb less coverage, better targets? There might be maybe a little bit
Fewer
lower
targets, but
quantity, but
better
the
ones.
quality will be do what?
I said, yeah, there'll be fewer targets, but they'll be better quality. But like, I don't know. We saw what Neighbors did last year with worse QB play than he's gonna have this year. Like,
Oof. Neighbors
I
is
like Neighbors a lot this year.
so is Neighbors your number 2, or is Jefferson still above him?
Based on talent, I think Jefferson's probably the best receiver in the league right now. I think
Okay.
based on fantasy points, you have to take like Jamar over him,
Yep.
and stuff. But like, yeah, JJ's my number 2.
Okay. Okay.
Taking Dallas bias out of it, JJ's my number 2.
Yeah.
And then Neighbors is my number 3, and all of them have an equal chance to finish number 1.
100%.
I think Lamb does too. I think Lamb he just finished number 1 2 years ago. Lamb can finish number 1 as well. I don't
100%.
think Puka with Devontae there has that same opportunity. I don't see that working out for him being number 1.
Here's my thing with Puka and Neighbors, and even with Devontae there, I think he just racks up enough targets in a PPR league that it's ridiculous. They're target hogs. And I think that Puka, even with Devontae there, is still going to be a pretty good target hog, if I'm being honest, because that's Stafford's go-to. I think he's still going to keep racking them up. Malik for sure. Neighbors for sure.
I just think that first tier of wide receivers stops at 4 for me. And then like the next tier to me is like Puka, Amon-Ra, London. I love London this year. Nico and Brian Thomas, maybe McConkey. McConkey's been crushing it in the offseason, but like the tier 2 is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys right there that are going to be amazing.
Yep.
But I think the top 4 is pretty clear.
Yeah, and when you look at rankings and stuff, I'm going to move here to Nico Collins. Nico Collins is really high in these rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Are you on board for that?
Yeah, totally. Nico Collins is really, really good, and he's got one of the better young QBs in the league.
And with good rapport, yep. I think that's probably true. I mean, and they went ahead and brought in Christian Kirk, which is really nice to spread that field a little bit.
A couple of rookies too, which are going to be really good, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
You'll see some Christian Kirk this year, but by next year it'll be those 2 rookies and Nico.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I like Nico Collins too. I feel like he's just kind of one that flies under the radar. Totally underrated.
He's a pretty underrated for like a top 10 wide receiver.
He's not one of those big names, right? And so I feel like he gets overlooked. Same with JSN, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I feel like he gets looked over a lot because they're used to him being the number 2 wide receiver on the team to Metcalf, and that's how people just kind of have him in their mind.
I feel like because he did great last year, I feel like a lot of people are discounting him this year because of Cooper Kupp. But like we talked about earlier with Joe, like what's Cooper Kupp going to do to take away from JSN? JSN's the guy on that
Less
team.
than Metcalf was. Metcalf was more dangerous than Cooper Kupp at this point.
I think people are more concerned right now just because they kind of play the same position. And I think they're talking about sending JSN on more deep routes and stuff like that, which he's not as good at. But Like, ultimately, Cooper Cup's not going to get it done. They're going to fall back to JSN. I'm not that worried about JSN.
Oh, Cooper Cup's just going to get hurt.
I'm more worried about a fall off with Brian Thomas in Jacksonville with Travis Hunter there than I am JSN with Cooper Cup.
No, I
still think they both finished very high, top 12 receivers, but I would say no, he has a good point with Arroyo. I'm excited about him.
Yeah, I have Arroyo in a couple different leagues that I've drafted already.
I'm very, very excited for Arroyo, especially when they released Fant. I was like, oh, here it comes.
I feel like they feel good about Arroyo.
To make that decision this early in camp and stuff, like I was like, bro, all right, it's Arroyo season.
Yep, I feel good about that as well.
I think people are also overreacting on Garrett Wilson with Justin Fields throwing in the ball.
Kyle.
If he can finish top 10 last year with Aaron Rodgers throwing to Devontae Adams every game, what makes you think he can't do the same thing with Justin Fields and he's the only receiver they got?
Kyle, did you read my comment today on
like,
the mobile app?
It blows my mind how low people have Garrett Wilson ranked.
Now Joe is going to disagree with us here, but
doesn't make him right.
He's allowed to have his wrong opinion. I think we've established that.
But I think it's also maybe a little bit of a testament to just how many great wide receivers are in the league right now.
Yep.
Like I'm looking at these rankings and about 14, 15 legit studs.
Oh yeah.
Like it's crazy.
So here was the question posed. It was full PPR, who's primed for a monster 2025 season? Tyreek Hill, still insanely explosive, or Garrett Wilson reuniting with Justin Fields, his Ohio State QB, and now starting under center. And so it was a vote thing here. Who will rack up more fantasy points in PPR this year, Hill or Wilson? By the time I got in there were 2 votes for Hill already, and I was the first one to say Garrett Wilson. Now, Joe here in our chat said, we've seen Tyreek do it. Garrett Wilson is all projection for when he has a good QB, and he still doesn't. Now, here was my response. I said, Wilson finishes a number 10 wide receiver in PPR last year with a mediocre QB play and sharing the spotlight with Adams. He is younger and has a QB that will probably lean on him a lot to make plays. He's being undervalued as usual. Dude was top 10 last year. And when Devontae Adams came into town, they were like, oh, he's done. He's absolutely done.
He did start out with a couple of slow games when Adams got there.
Yeah.
But quickly turned that back around.
Yeah, I mean, he turned it back around nicely and became very valuable down the stretch. I mean, I say that he had not a single – oh, no, that was wrong. Sorry. Whew, I was looking at the wrong thing here. Yeah, he turned around fine at the end of the season. He was fine. Number 10 wide receiver with all that crap going on. And let's face it, Aaron Rodgers, mediocre at best.
Yeah.
The dude's not playing good ball. And so that team was a mess last year. And so, dude, with everything that was going on, Garrett Wilson still finished number 10 wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sign me up for that.
Yeah.
So,
and you can get him like 3rd round. Like you take
stupid.
the other guys first, 2nd round. You get him in the 3rd round and get the same production.
Absolutely ignorant is what it is. So, yeah, I'm not worried about Garrett Wilson. I love Garrett Wilson, even with Justin Fields. And so, I mean, we saw Justin Fields at the beginning of last year look really good with Pitt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he looked like he had learned the game a little bit, gotten a little acclimated to it, and that was in a bad offense. And he still looked fine.
Yeah.
I feel fine about it, dude. There's Justin Fields. Can you find – someone tell me his ADP right now.
Hold on, I can tell
It's
you.
probably higher than you would ever imagine. Granted, we were just drafting in all these Scott Fishbowl drafts, and Justin Fields was going like 3rd round. in these super flex. I mean, Justin
According to
Fields.
Fantasy Pros, average 15.4. So, well, that's just hold on. That's just wide receiver. Hold on. He's been drafted as a 15th wide receiver off the board. Let's look at overall.
Justin Fields?
Huh?
I was asking about Justin Fields.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Garrett Wilson still.
No. I'm talking about Justin Fields.
Okay, hold on.
Like, he played pretty good at the beginning of last season. I don't think it was fair that they benched him.
He's going as the 10th QB right now. Right behind Murray, right before Goff and Purdy and Dak. So Fields himself has moved up boards quite a bit. For some reason, Wilson isn't doing the same.
Just at 125.9. So he's going in like 10th round in a 12-team league.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right? Or is that more of 11th round?
I don't know. 12 teamers screwed me up. That's the 13th round.
Oh, that's
10 teamer.
Huh?
Right?
No. 12 teams, it'd be like 10th round, 120 something.
No, I said in a 10 teamer, it'd be like the 13th round.
Yeah. So 13th round in a 10 team. So
trying to do the math with 12s always messes me.
QB 14 on ESPN right now. And I would probably take him. Well, let me go look at a QB list before I say something stupid. No, I think I would take him higher than that. Obvious order: Allen, Jackson, Daniels, Hurts, Burrow, Mahomes, Baker, Bo Nix, Kyler Murray. Right now, here on Fantasy Pros, they've got Brock Purdy ahead of Fields. Not for me. I'm taking Fields above him. Dak Prescott, I could argue going above Fields. I could see that. They have Drake May down at 16. I could make an argument for Drake May to be up there. I think Drake May is.
That feels low for May, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he can move up that list a little bit, but I feel like Justin Fields is right there at that number 10, 11 on QB list.
Yeah.
With potential to finish top 5.
Now, if you look at ADP on Garrett Wilson, he's at 33.5. That's like 4th round in a 10-teamer. That's crazy.
That's nuts. But we say that, but Kyle, the talent pool is so deep. Like when I'm in a draft nowadays, I feel like it used to be like first 5 or 6 rounds is like, okay, good. And beyond that, you're like, okay, now we're starting to scrap for some deep talent. Now I'm in round 12, just licking my chops for some of these players that are available out there. There is some incredible talent out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like you're not really scrapping for guys until you get way deep.
Good Lord. Yeah. I am looking Garrett Wilson. I'm looking at all the players listed above him here, and I'm just like, yeah, I could see the argument for every one of them.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. So I'm impressed there with the depth of talent there. Now I know we've got to wrap up. We've got like 1 more minute here. The only other person I want to touch on real quick is Courtland Sutton, who just got his new contract. And Courtland Sutton is another wide receiver that is undervalued. That is an undervalued.
Value's finally starting to catch up.
A little bit.
Last year, like Fantasy Pros has him as a 22nd wide receiver on the board ahead of Rashee Rice, Devontae Smith, Flower.
But behind DK Metcalf, nah, give me Sutton over Metcalf.
Metcalf has been the most overrated wide receiver
and over DJ Moore
for a while based on his athleticism, not even counting the fact that he's an okay receiver. We'll see what he does in Pitt. I don't think it'll be better than what he did in Seattle.
Nope. I don't want DJ Moore over Courtland Sutton either. Would you rather Courtland Sutton or Devontae Adams?
Give me Sutton.
Yeah.
Like I guaranteed target. I don't know what that Adams Puka thing's going to look like.
Don't know what it looks like. Nope. Don't know what that report looks like.
Yeah, and honestly, when I'm looking at redraft rankings, the only reason I take him over Rashee Rice, agreeing with these rankings, is because there's the looming suspension.
Yeah.
But
It'll sometimes take a little while, but considering he's already kind of gotten sentenced and blah, 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 they may move through that and just kind of get on with it, you know?
yeah, we'll see.
If the NFL should.
They better. I don't want this thing to drag out for 2 more years.
Nope, not at all. So yeah, I love Cortland Sutton. Totally underrated. All right, just wanted to touch on that since he just got his new contract. So I thought that's good for him. I'm excited for him. Underrated.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for our first live back from the off season. So that's nice, guys. This 2025 off season,
spirit finger for the first live of the year.
This 2025 season is almost here, dude. It's sneaking up on us so fast. We're just over a month away. Holy crap. It can't get here quick enough. And now you're about to be entertained by some really crappy preseason football coming up that is pretty much a waste of time. Don't get caught up in the hype of preseason ball.
Please.
Yeah, we're not going to. You don't need to. A lot of these players will look great in preseason ball and be absolutely worthless afterwards. So don't get caught up in the hype. Anyways, we'll talk about that next time. Kyle, you got anything?
Yep, a couple of quick house cleaning items. Next week is the expo. Next weekend is the expo. If you're there, come say hi.
Booth 1.
We are also going to be, we haven't announced it yet, but
well, then why are you doing it?
The Jersey Leagues are coming up. Keep an eye out for those. If you're a subscriber, those are coming soon. Invites and things. So just a couple of things I wanted to bring to everybody's attention as we approach the season here.
Perfection. All right, guys. Hopefully you're at the FF Expo in Canton next week. If you need more info, hit us up, fsan.com. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Deuces.
See you guys.